and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but for those of you who are new to the circle, hello and welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every single day. If you're looking for daily short tarot readings, check out my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts. And if you're looking for personal services or personal readings, I offer them through my website, innercircleguidance.com. So let's find out what the circle needs to know today. What does the circle need to know today? We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Eight of Wands. Page of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. Okay, so before I get into our reading, I do have a couple of updates here. The first one is to please be careful of scammers. Some of my followers have been sending me screenshots on DM, mostly on Instagram, but there's been one or two on TikTok, where there are people pretending to be me and creating accounts, and they are reposting my content, and they are reaching out to people to try to get them to pay for services and things like that. Please pay attention to any of these accounts that end up following you, or if they end up messaging you. Please pay attention to the spelling of the account name. All of my accounts are under Inner Circle Guidance. There's not going to be any other spelling of that. So if you are getting messages from somebody else, or if you're getting messages from somebody, I should say, and the account is spelled wrong, it is somebody else. So please report these accounts as fraud. It helps me and it helps you all to keep you protected. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot I can do because oftentimes they'll take my content, they'll go through my followers list, and then they will block me. So half the time, if I were to look up these accounts, I can't even see them. So it ends up being that you as my followers, as members of the circle, to protect other members, please report these accounts to Instagram or TikTok or wherever it is that they're reaching out to you. The other thing that I was going to update you on is that Facebook has recently made me a stars monetization partner. So what that means is that any of my content where you see the stars little like icon, you can send me stars, and what that does is it helps monetize my account so that I can continue to make content and put out readings daily for you all. So that's only on Facebook. That's only a Facebook thing. But for those of you who follow me on Facebook, if you want to support me in that way, it's always greatly appreciated. But of course, there's never any pressure for you to do that. Okay, so let's get into your reading here. So what I'm seeing is there seem to be some illusions at play right now with this Seven of Cups. Now, because we have the Ace of Cups here, this could have to do with self-worth. This could have to do with self-love. Could be illusions around relationships, as the Ace of Cups and cups in general as a suit have a tendency to deal with relationships. And that doesn't mean necessarily romantic. That can be non-romantic as well. And I'm seeing that these illusions that are at play here, there is going to be communication coming in, whether through spirit or through somebody else, that is going to bring some of these illusions to light. And it's going to have you reflecting on decisions and how you want to move forward and who you want to move forward with. And with the Hermit here, you're being heavily encouraged right now that when these illusions are brought up to you, that you take this journey of reflection, of self, what's the word I'm looking for? want to say self-development, but that's not quite what I'm looking for. I guess self-reflection. You want to take that journey. You want to look at it from a more logical standpoint and less emotional standpoint, in terms of you want to pay attention to facts at this time, not with your emotions. And the reason is your emotions are not facts. When you have anxiety, when you have worries, when you have fears, some of those worries, anxieties, and fears are coming from a true standpoint. But sometimes those things are coming from irrational places, or they're coming from triggers or traumas, or they're coming from illusions or mindsets and things that are no longer serving us. And so the Hermit is Virgo energy, and Virgos in their negative connotation have a tendency to be very self-deprecating, very hard on themselves, very, there's another word. I'm struggling with my communication today, and that may also be a problem here in terms of using the specific correct words. But essentially, Virgos can be hard on themselves. They can be overly critical, and so of themselves. And so when you're going on this journey, you're being asked to lean into the more positive areas of Virgo, which is being able to be logical, analytical, those things, but without falling into the deprecations and the negative mindsets and the self-criticism. You want to stay balanced, and that's why you're being asked to use your fact and your logic to move forward instead of so much your emotion with this situation. So let's get some more cards here on what this is regarding. I just heard illusions will be shattered. I also saw lightning. Lightning has to do with major breakthroughs through disruption. But it also has to do with bringing light to illusions. So lightning cuts across the black of the sky and lights up the sky. These illusions are going to be broken in a similar fashion, where it's going to be something comes to light that's going to light up this whole situation in a way where you're going to be able to see past these illusions. They're not going to be hiding in the dark anymore. We have the World. We have the Queen of Wands, the Devil, Temperance, and the Star. And we have King of Swords on the bottom of the deck, which has to do with communication. So what I said earlier about having issues with communication, here's your confirmation. So the King of Swords, there's two polarities to the King of Swords. The one is somebody who's an excellent communicator, who's very logical, who's very fair. The negative side of that is somebody who uses their mental agility to manipulate other people, somebody who speaks very harsh and will say things very mean to hurt people's feelings, somebody who ignores their emotions. So there's two polarities to the King of Swords here. So just like the Hermit kind of has these two polarities, we have the two polarities of the King of Swords, where you're being asked to balance the two energies. So think before you speak. Pay attention to your thoughts at this time. Pay attention to the way you word things at this time, because there may be some blockages or maybe a bit of stumbling over words, things like that, because you are being asked to be grounded at this time, because whatever these situations are, I have a feeling it's going to come to you through traumas, or it's going to feel very uncomfortable, which is going to have your emotions heightened at this time. So you're going to really need to keep yourself grounded in these energies so that you're not falling into the negative polarity of these cards. And I'm seeing here that this has to do a lot with cycles. We have the Devil and the World, which to me, personally, I take those as almost two opposites, depending on the way that the cards come out. The way this particular instance they're coming out, to me, it's two opposites. It's having the world and living in positive cycles versus having traumas and negative cycles, being cut off, not having options, being stuck, being trapped. And so you're kind of going to feel a little stuck in the middle between these two areas and these two worlds, these two polarities, these two sort of positive and negative energies. And you're being asked to have patience with temperance. You're being asked to balance, because we have our balancing of the water between the cups. You're going to need to really prioritize your self-care at this time, because these triggers and things that are going to bring up these illusions is going to be very emotionally taxing on you. It's going to require a lot of mental agility. It's going to require a lot of mental energy. It's going to require a lot of emotional energy on you. So that being said, you really need to have balance, because we also have balance in the stars as well, or the star card, I should say. Balance between the two, making sure that you are watering both sides, the water and the land. We're pouring into both cups here. Don't overgive your energy. Make sure that you are protective of your energy at this time. And the Queen of Wands is somebody who does that. She has this nurturing energy. She says what needs to be stated when it needs to be stated. But she also keeps her energies balanced. This is fire energy. So somebody who's going to be very quick to stand up for what they believe in, very powerful, strong sort of an energy here. But you're going to have to play on your strengths the way that the Queen of Wands plays on her strengths. And she has the cat here as well on the bottom of this card. Cats are very, like, they adapt to things very quickly. They think on their feet a lot. They are the type of predator that thinks a lot about their strategies. So like lions and things have even been known to, in the wild, they will have a lion that pretends to be sick or something like that, and will try to trick other animals and come up with like different plans and things to trick other animals into whatever it is that they're planning. And so with that being said, you need to use that energy in terms of using your agility to be able to navigate these situations, but without falling into the negative polarities of them. And so I'm seeing here with the world and with the star that you've asked already for major change. You've already asked for and put your order into the universe for what it is that you want to manifest. And the universe is providing that. But these things are being brought up because they do not serve you. And I'm also hearing for some of you, the reason why the King of Swords in particular is coming up, which has to do with communication. This is very specific and may not resonate with everyone. But for those of you who are really like, the communication part is really you're being really drawn to it. See, I'm still having issues with communication myself. It may be because some of these situations, these triggers, these things that you're like moving away from, it may be that you are the only person who is able to speak and be the voice for those who cannot be heard in a situation or in a trauma. That's a very specific message that may not resonate with all of you, like I said, but I do have this very large feeling that you're going to have to stand in your strength for those of you who resonate with that particular message, because you are the only one who can speak out on these issues. You're the only one who can do it. You're the only one who can be that King of Swords. But you're going to have to do it smart. You're going to have to be logical, and you're going to have to be truthful with the way you move forward. And that's going to be pivotal to how the cycle completely closes out, and is going to be pivotal to you finding the truth in the situation, whether it's your own truth, the truth for somebody else, or the truth with the people who are supposed to be helping you or who are in your inner circle. I'm going to get 3 more cards just because I feel like this is kind of an important reading for those of you who fall into that category. Just some final guidance, any final guidance for those of you who fall into that category and those who don't. I heard too, so there was a reading I did. I can't remember which one it was. I want to say last week or the week before, that was talking about some major cycle closing out, something that had been a long time coming. This may have to do with that particular situation for some of you, because for some of you, I am hearing that that's what this is these traumas, these things. You've asked for major change. The universe has heard you, but the universe is asking you to stand up to some of these injustices in a way that maybe you never have before, or is asking you to handle things differently, maybe asking you to show up for yourself in a situation where you may not have shown up for yourself prior, or been the voice for others who can't speak on their behalf. Things like that. I can see that being what this is about for some of you. For others of you, this may not be a long time coming type of thing. This just may be closing out of certain situations, and learning the truth about certain illusions that you may have about yourself or about certain situations, so that you can move forward in a different way. So let's get those 3 cards. Page of Cups, expect the unexpected. 5 of Wands and the 4 of Cups. Okay, so you're being warned to expect the unexpected. Things are going to feel chaotic. You're going to need to draw very heavy boundaries at this time so that you can take care of yourself. But also you need to reject energies and reject these illusions. And for some of you, I'm hearing that you may be allowing certain people in your life to manipulate you still, or you may still be listening to the negative inner voice that you have that's telling you you're not enough, or that you're helpless, or whatever. That is not your higher self. That is the negative side of you that is trying to sabotage you. Don't listen to it. Reject it. This to me is a situation where you are being asked to stand up for yourself. You're being asked to say no. You're being asked to draw the line. You're being asked to stand in your truth and stand in your power at this time. And if you do that, the universe is going to be able to heavily bless you, heavily reward you, because it's going to break some major cycle that's been holding you back for a very long time. I'm going to get 3 cards from this deck, the Signs of the Time Oracle. Some symbols maybe that you need to be looking for, and for confirmation of this reading, or any final guidance in regards to handling the situation, maybe certain situations in particular you need to be looking at. I'm just going to get 3 cards here off the top. I just heard somebody maybe trying to trick you into falling back into old patterns. Do not listen. That's what I just heard. That might also be a very specific message. All right. We have the stars, divine guidance. That's interesting. So we have the star twice now here. You may want to look up the angel number 33. That may be an additional message for you. We have 11. Sorry, I read the card number. We have clouds, distraction, which also has the number 11 at the top. Yield, patience. So we have patience again with the temperance and literally the yield sign. Okay, interesting. So with the stars, divine guidance. Any time that you need help, ask, and your guides will provide it. Anytime with anything, with the situation that you need help with, tell your guides, they will help guide you. Pay attention to synchronicities at this time. If you've looked up at the stars recently and you've made a wish, I'm hearing that that wish is being fulfilled. It's been heard. And I'm hearing that your prayers are being answered at this time. For clouds and distraction, because you're going to have heightened emotions at this time, because there's going to feel like a lot of chaos, like a lot that's happening. Maybe there's a lot to process. It's okay to take the time to, say, sit and look up at the clouds and just kind of relax, but don't allow yourself to be too distracted from the things that really need your attention. And I'm hearing that for some of you, this situation could be an attempt to throw you off of your goals, to cause you to feel powerless, or to cause you to feel like you can't be successful, or to get you back in a victim mindset. It's all to control you. Don't allow that to happen, because you are in control. Remember, you are the master manifester. You are in control of your life. You are in control of your own actions, your own decisions, and the way that you react to situations. So it's okay if you need to take some time for yourself, do it. But don't allow all of this to overwhelm you to where you're not still working towards your goals. And then, because the situation is heavy and because you're going to feel chaos and all these things, you need to have patience, because it's going to feel like this situation is taking forever. It's going to feel like nothing's moving, or like you're stuck, or like you're going back in old patterns or things like that. It's not that's not the case. Things are happening, but it's going to take time. Whatever the situation is a large thing to be resolved. It's not like little teeny things. So that being said, it's going to take time. You need to have patience, and you need to have trust in yourself and in your divine guidance. Things will get better. Things will move forward. Things will happen, and you'll have opportunities and things, you'll have happiness coming in. Have patience with the situation, and have patience with yourself as well. Don't push yourself so hard to get over everything immediately or whatever, that you are ignoring what you really need to work through this situation. Okay? So this is your reading. If it resonates with you, don't forget to like this video. Your affirmation is going to be, I am the master manifester of my life, because I want you to remind yourself that you are in control. I think another affirmation for this reading is, I am the stillness in the movement, and the movement in the stillness. That will help you find that balanced energy. Thank you for stepping into my circle. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.